Now this is what we're going to do for the Honeynut Squash. Before we begin to prepare the Honeynut Squash Puree, Honeynut Squash is a type of winter squash that is a cross between a butternut squash and a sweet dumpling squash. It has a sweet, nutty flavor and a smooth, creamy texture. The squash is small to medium in size, typically weighing between 1 to 3 pounds, and has a tan or bang skin with a rounded, bell-shaped body. The flesh is a deep orange color and is rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Honeynut squash is a popular choice for cooking and baking due to its sweet flavor and tender texture. Now you can see the bottom of the round body and on top with the neck. Just the shape like a butternut squash, and now we're ready to prepare Honeynut Squash Puree. We already started at preheated oven for 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure the oven will be nice and hot. You're going to take a very nice cutting board, a sharp knife. Make sure it's big enough. Always remember to wear the gloves very safely because don't want to cut your hands. Now you want to take your squash. You're going to start by cutting it off from the top. Ooh, that's kind of heavy one. Now we're going to cut it straightly right across the neck. Just you want to be careful. Alright, we're almost there. This squash is difficult to cut all the way. It's kind of hard. Alright, here we go. We open up the nice squash. There's the guts and the seeds right in. We're going to scoop all the guts and the seeds out of the flesh. You want to take your spoon. You're going to scoop all of the guts and the seeds. Don't throw this away because we're going to roast those seeds. Alright, we just scoop all the guts and the seeds out of the flesh using with a spoon, very nice and clean. You're going to place it onto the lined foil and parchment paper cookie sheet, cut side down. Now you want to cut all the vents using with a serrated knife. That allows the steams to come out of the air. Ooh, this is kind of hard to cut all of the vents. And we already take out the gloves after it's just safe. Alright, that's not good enough to cut all the vents. We're going to place it in the 400 degrees oven, very nice and hot. I'm going to put it about 45 or 50 minutes. We're going to keep an eye on it in the oven. Alright, it's done roasted yet. We took it out of the oven and we just guessed only 50 minutes, 50 at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You can see the skin's turning darker. The flesh is almost tender. When you poke it up with a knife, it should be ready. And the squash just turns watery onto the cookie sheet that we already lined with foil and parchment paper layer on that. We're going to wait to cool before we're going to peel and puree. And we almost forgot to tell you, we just always flip over the squash after it's just been watery, and we take the spoon, just scoop all the fleshes into the food processor. After we flip it over, using with the tongs and the metal turner, very carefully. Once you scoop all the way, we're going to scoop half at a time. We're going to finish the rest. Alright, it has been all pureed. We used this side to use a strainer and a cheesecloth with the other metal bowl to drain all of the excess water from the flesh of the squash. And you can hear the water dripping over inside of the bowl to discard. Once all dripped over from the squash to strain it over, we're going to store it into the plastic Tupperware container. We decided to use a yogurt container, the empty one, very large one. You can easily also use a Pirate's Tupperware container as well. We're going to cover it loosely with some plastic wrap and store it into the fridge for another day or so before we're going to prepare. By the way, about this puree, we always scrape off with the food processor using with the rubber spatula to get everywhere before continue to puree. And we want to show you, like this water has been discarded. Can you see that? When it's drained over, once again, just put it into the Tupperware container, the plastic one. Like we said, yogurt container, of course, the sour cream container, whatever size. And here you go, you have a very nice homemade Honeynut Squash Puree. Did you enjoy this video? Let us know in the comments what you think about this. Check out these other recipes from In the Kitchen with Worldwide Campus on this playlist. Then be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified for our latest videos.